Hello, Watem here, welcome back to some more Umineko When Seagulls Cry. Let us continue. Yeah, canon really has grown. Hmm. If furniture were in relationships of mutual love, there shouldn't have been any need for a miracle any longer. So why? They still desire some miracle. And on top of that, the single breach was portrayed as bestowing only a single miracle. It felt almost as though Shannon was hesitating because if she used up that miracle for herself, Shannon's chances at love would be automatically sealed away for eternity. Why only one? Yeah, that too. Uh, I don't know. It sounds like confirmation bias to me. Hmm? Oh? Oh. What's it called? The placebo effect? But also, if you're motivated, then your immune system will do better compared to if you've given up. And so, knowing what the knowing of medicine's effect gives you more trust in it. Anyway, you'll be more motivated. As she listened, Verito thought that magic sounded a bit like a ritual. When most humans think of magic, they think of incredible miracles being performed one after another in front of a crowd of other humans. However, this tree magic that the older sister spoke of sounded almost like a ritual. Something that has no effect if the person using it doesn't believe. Shannon's heart was captured by George bit by bit as he grew by leaps and bounds. However, she had given up, thinking that one of a different class such as herself would never find love with him. That was when Beatrice had given her the golden butterfly brooch and encouraged her. Giving up means that you've got zero chance of success. However, if the power of magic makes you think there might be some chance of your wish coming true, then the odds of it happening are at least greater than zero. Zero remains zero forever, so miracle is a fitting word to describe even a faint chance coming into existence. Humans can use magic to defeat resignation. The process by which they themselves make their probability of success zero. When a human refuses to give up, though their chances of success may be small, those chances to exist. The more determined they become, the greater those odds arise. It was easy to imagine Shannon making earnest wishes upon that brooch, believing in its effect, and trying little things over and over again to get George to like her. Those who make others believe are witches. That's an interesting way to put it. If you think about it, it's true. Let's say a witch steps out into a spotlight, waves her staff in front of a crowd of onlookers, and makes a rabbit appear out of thin air. Many people who see it will surely assume it to be a sleight of hand. They might wonder at how it was accomplished, but they'll surely say that it couldn't have been real magic. And when they applaud, it will be for a splendid trick that only appeared to be magic. But what if? What if someone performed a sacred ceremony inside a great and ancient temple in front of a crowd of believers, and ended up with the exact same result? Would any of the people think it was sleight of hand? In fact, in the ancient past, when magic tricks as a form of entertainment didn't even exist and divine spirits were worshipped, this would doubtlessly have been a miracle of magic. Is it going to be candy or is it going to be tea? Not going to be tea. It was the same magic that had been used to give Maria candies. Beata Viola grinned and closed her eyes. When she saw this, Beato slowly chanted the incantation. As she chanted, Beato slowly opened her eyes and made sure that the older sister was repeating her with her eyes closed. Then a single gold butterfly appeared out of nowhere, fluttered down onto the overturned cup, and scattered away in a golden splash. Taking her time and dragging out the suspense a little, the older sister lifted up the cup. When the cup was lifted up, there lay a single golden rose petal. Interesting. That's in yellow. That is a golden truth. Hmm. Okay. That does that tell us something about golden truth? Int huh. Okay. I'm a bit confused now. Hmm. Why only one? Yeah. They're both already there. So why do they still need it? And why can there only be one? Yep. Mm-hmm. Catherine laughed lightly. She probably formed a theory of her own and was laughing at Ange, who hadn't reached it yet. Okay, so in this situation, I'm Ange, and everyone watching is probably feathering, or at least most of you are. Yep. In this very specific situation, I am very heavily emphasizing with Ange here. So they need their confidence to yeah, I guess they But they don't necessarily need approval from parents. Unless they do. But what reason would they need it? Unless it's that they don't want to hurt the other person. They don't want the other person to go through hardship if it can be avoided. But then why only one? I can come up with ideas, but it always breaks down with why only one of them? Why can only one of them have the confidence to try for marriage? I I understand that part of magic is created by a believing heart, and that magic probably permeates deep into the world of us humans as well. However, though it permeates so far, the power that dwells within magic is small. Lots of people visit shrines to pray for success on tests. However, people rarely credit such a visit as the reason for their success. By itself, praying does little more than give one peace of mind. In love, where even a small chance and a bit of courage can result in major changes, this power can sometimes bring about incredible transformations. However, would something like that really be enough to change the insurmountable fate of furniture? In the past, when Shannon and George were brought together, I imagined that the brooch's magical power functioned as little more than a ritualistic charm. However, by now, magical power that the furniture seek from that brooch, it's not something as vague as a ritual. It feels much stronger, like a whole different interpretation of magic. If you believe in a sleight of hand, it becomes magic. That's no more than a child's trick. That only explains one part of magic. They are hoping for something. They're hoping for something with much, much more power. For true magic, not a sleight of hand. Indeed. And we're back to the cringe. Uh, from his pocket, Cannon pulled a single wing from a gold butterfly. Though it was a single wing, it was easy to tell from its shape that it had originally been part of something with a butterfly motif. uh, if someone I was with started saying stuff like that to me, I would be annoyed and angry. Really making light of the other person, that. It is really condescending to think like that. Oh, I do not follow. Very close enough. Just could try to make sense of Cannon's words. However, she couldn't understand and had to ask him to repeat it, wearing a stiff smile. Uh, Roach had lost its power when it was split in half. However, if it was ever joined again, its magic would be revived. It would revive the miraculous power that could join furniture and a human together. That was the final seed of love, a spark of love, which the old, shrilly laughing Beatrice had sown. The old Beatrice had said that humans tormented by the spark were like ripe fruit, which she crudely used for her own enjoyment. However, the magic infused within this seed was real. It was the only crystallization of magic that the Golden Witch Beatrice ever left in this world. Its glint increased. Hmm, not where I expected this to go. The glint grew even stronger, shining like the sun. Even without Cannon's warning, Jessica wouldn't have been able to stop herself from covering her eyes with her hands. As the light grew stronger, a sound like the roar of the wind or the tide also grew in intensity. The sound of the wind and rain outside had already been overwhelmed. Jessica could no longer even stand, and she crouched on the floor. A flood of sound and light. Until it withdrew, Jessica could do nothing but moan. Okay, I wasn't expecting the shadow that time. That one definitely caught me off guard. Separ and Fufu, I assume. Beatrice? I was right. After waiting for the master of the room to be out, Berto and Kumasaya entered the study. Then they quietly cleaned up the books on the desk, set down the basket they had brought there, and opened it up. Inside were several cute cookies cut out in a butterfly shape. They set out a pretty plate and neatly arranged the cookies on it. It was a kind of subtle, conscientious touch that the recipient wasn't likely to even notice. The whole arrangement was filled with that sort of feeling. Old Beatrice is confused. Nope. Then the study door swung violently open. It was Battler, with Genji by his side. Battler's eyes went wide for a second when he saw Beato there, but his expression quickly went blank again. Funnily enough, I can definitely imagine it. Battler looked at the place on the study desk that was piled up with beautiful cookies, and the message card of encouragement lying next to it. And his face twisted with a complex expression, which might have been one of sadness and might have been one of hatred. Genji urged him to consider saying some words of gratitude to Beato. Battler understood. Anyone would be pleased to receive an act of kindness like this. Even though he understood it logically, he couldn't help but give a small exasperated sigh. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, ouch, yikes. I do not like green eggs and ham. But it isn't. This is number 6 out of 8. So it cannot be the final game, I think. I'm pretty sure. And you need your brain food. Oof. But your actions. Ah, I see now. He's intentionally trying to make her angry at him so that she can transform into Beatrice he's used to, right? Right? Beato looked at Battler sadly. Battler hung his head to avoid her gaze. The expression on his face caused Beato more pain than any he had shown her before. Commissar clung to Battler, but he turned his back to her. Yeah, if Beto ever came to give me cookies, of course I'd figure that she put some kind of crazy poison in them. And she's asking me if I think there's poison in these? You would expect that cookies powered up in such a neat and cute way could possibly have something bizarre hidden inside them. And anyway, you could possibly imagine Beto making something like this. Because of that, Battler couldn't bear to look at Beato's innocent reaction. He was completely free from any malicious thoughts, like slipping poison into cookies. Beato quietly started to clean up. Every now and then, she sniffled. Aww. Kumasawa continued to glare at Battler. And then she gave a small sigh and helped Beato clean up. However, the hardness didn't disappear from her expression. Well, that's an awfully sad note to end it on. I keep trying to go, oh, maybe there'll be something lighter to end on. No, let's just stop here before it gets any worse. I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments, and until next time, see ya.